Fantastic Four: First Steps smashes box office records. In a thrilling turn of events, Marvel and Disney's The Fantastic Four: First Steps has taken the international box office by storm, amassing an estimated $27 million in just 2 days of its overseas rollout in 44 markets. The movie, directed by Matt Shakman and featuring a star-studded cast including Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss-Bachrach, and Julia Garner, has already secured the top spot in various markets across Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. But here's where it gets interesting. At this early stage, First Steps is estimated to be outperforming Captain America: Brave New World by 57%. Superman by 32%, and Thunderbolts by 9% in comparable markets and at current exchange rates. The international box office launch projection for the Fantastic Four is a whopping $90 million to $100 million, with potential for even more. The movie has also propelled Walt Disney Studios past the $3 billion market globally, making it the first studio to reach this milestone in 2025. The top 5 overseas markets for First Steps so far are Mexico, the UK, France, Italy, and Brazil. But this is just the beginning of the journey, and the movie is set to open in more markets, including China, Japan, and Spain in the coming days. Stay tuned for more updates on this box office phenomena. Fantastic Four: First Step soars to $125 million opening. Box office breakdown and analysis. Fantastic Four: First Steps is set to soar, much like Superman, with an estimated $56 million on its opening Friday and a 3-day total hovering around the impressive $125 million mark. This is a significant moment for Marvel Studios and Disney, as they introduce their first family-focused superhero team to the big screen. As we all know, family movies have a special knack for drawing in the crowds, especially on Saturdays, giving the Fantastic Four: First Steps a substantial boost. It's fascinating to see how this new entry compares to the iconic Superman. While Superman attracted 31% of parents and kids with 9% under 12, Fantastic Four managed to pull in 7% of kids under 12, with a massive 93% general audience. According to ComScore, Screen Engine's post-track, the under 35 crowd made up a whopping 70% of the audience, compared to 66% for Superman. It's worth noting that Friday's total includes a substantial $24.4 million from previews. The audience reaction has been overwhelmingly positive, with 70% of the main audience and 70% of kids under 12 giving a definite recommendation. As we wait for more updates, it's intriguing to see how this film will perform internationally and how it stacks up against other Marvel blockbusters. In its Thursday previews, Fantastic Four: First Steps surpassed Superman with a reported $24.4 million, a figure that's higher than Captain Marvel's $20.7 million and not far from Captain America: Civil War $25 million. This Thursday night alone nearly matched the opening weekend of the previous Fox Marvel movie Fantastic Four, which debuted to $25.6 million. The original Fantastic Four, directed by Tim Story, opened to $56 million, while the 2007 sequel, Fantastic Four: Silver Surfer, opened to $58 million. The Marvel Cinematic Universe's take on Fantastic Four, starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss-Bachrach, and Julia Garner, is expected to surpass the previous opening weekend of $100 million to $110 million. It's worth mentioning that Disney spent less on promoting Fantastic Four compared to Superman, yet still managed to reach 950 million household TV ad impressions, a significant feat. The question on everyone's mind: how does this new Fantastic Four compare to previous iterations, and what does it mean for the future of Marvel's family-friendly superhero teams? Could this be the start of a new era for Marvel's comic book adaptations? And how does the film's unique 1960s futuristic setting play into its success? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As of now, Fantastic Four: First Steps boasts an 88% Rotten Tomatoes critic score and an impressive 92% audience rating. The film's social media presence is also noteworthy, breaking the billion mark on platforms like TikTok, Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. Fans are particularly excited about the 60s retro-futurist setting and the promise of a fresh start for the comics universe. The film villain, Galactus, has also captured the imagination of many viewers. with its strong preview numbers and positive audience reactions. Fantastic Four First Steps is poised to be a major hit, and we can't wait to see how it performs in the coming weeks. Will it become a new benchmark for Marvel's family-friendly superhero movies? Only time will tell. Unraveling Fantastic Four post-credits. Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday. Imagine a world where the very fabric of reality is threatened by an insatiable cosmic entity, and the only ones who can save it are a group of superpowered astronauts. Welcome to the world of the Fantastic Four First Steps, the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. As the movie officially opens, fans are eager to dive into the post-credits scenes, which promise to reveal what's next for Marvel's first family. But here's where it gets interesting. The mid-credit scene sets up the team's next big adventure, and it's connected to one of the most iconic villains in the Marvel Universe, Doctor Doom. Directed by Matt Shakman, the Fantastic Four First Steps introduces us to Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm, Vanessa Kirby, Ben Grimm, Eben Moss-Bachrach, and Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn, as they battle against Galactus, Ralph Ineson, a cosmic entity with an insatiable hunger for planets. As the title suggests, First Steps marks the beginning of Phase 6 of the MCU, which will culminate with a pair of massive Avengers crossover films. And this is the part most people miss. The movie is set on Earth 828, a retro-futuristic world in a separate corner of the Marvel multiverse, which is a tribute to Fantastic Four co-creator Jack Kirby. The mid-credit scene takes place 4 years after the Fantastic Four's showdown with Galactus, and shows Sue sitting on a couch, reading a story to her and Reed's son, Franklin Richards. But things take a turn when a mysterious cloaked figure appears, interacting with Franklin. Although his face is not shown, the green cloak and mask he's holding make it clear that this is Doctor Doom, also known as Victor Von Doom. This marks the first appearance of the iconic villain in the MCU, and fans are eager to see what's next. Doctor Doom's introduction into the MCU has been highly anticipated since Marvel Studios' presentation last year at San Diego Comic-Con. Among the major announcements was that the fifth Avengers film had been retitled Avengers Doomsday, and that Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr. would be returning to the franchise as Doctor Doom. But here's the controversy. Some fans might wonder how the Fantastic Four post-credits scene might have played out had the studio not altered its original plans to feature Kang the Conqueror as the franchise's next big bad. The second Fantastic Four First Steps credit scene is shown after the full credits roll and serves more as a fun bonus and tribute to the eponymous superhero team's animated past. As we look ahead to the future of the MCU, one thing is clear. Avengers Doomsday is going to be a massive crossover event featuring members of the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts/New Avengers, and more. Confirmed cast members include veteran Avengers stars Chris Hemsworth, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Paul Rudd, and Tom Hiddleston, as well as Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Lewis Pullman, Wyatt Russell, and Hannah John Kamen. So what do you think? Are you excited to see Doctor Doom's introduction into the MCU? Do you think the Fantastic Four post-credits scene sets up an interesting storyline for the future? Let us know in the comments. And this is the question on everyone's mind. What's next for the Fantastic Four, and how will they fit into the larger MCU landscape? The answer, much like the multiverse itself, remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the future of the MCU is looking brighter than ever, with Wonder Man and Spider-Man Brand New Day on the horizon. Get ready for a wild ride, Marvel fans.